Hey everyone, welcome to Making Sense. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back, checking out the channel again. I really appreciate seeing you here. And if this is your first time checking us out, welcome aboard. If you can do me a huge favor, click the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and or share this video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Today we're going to do another subscriber's request, 10 easy to reach fragrances. Stay tuned. Like I said, I really do appreciate you all being here with me today to visit 10 easy to reach fragrances by a viewer's request. Now, real quick, I did take a little bit of a break from filming for the last few days, only because the hot water tank in my house blew up. So I had a ton of cleaning and disinfecting, trying to avoid any mold, mildew, keeping it as healthy as it could be for my family. So I do appreciate you all staying tuned while I get this video ready for you today. And I hope you enjoyed that live video I released between myself and Givenchy Gent. I wasn't going to put that one up, wasn't going to post it, but where I didn't have a chance to record a video on Friday, I wanted to make sure I still got something out there for you. So again, thank you so much for staying tuned, and let's get into this. So the subscriber, I'm going to post a picture of the comment right over here, had asked me to do 10 easy to reach fragrances. I'm going to dive right into this. These are in no specific order. Literally just went through my pile and huge rack behind me and picked these fragrances out. The next video we're going to release too, the next one coming up probably tomorrow, if not the next day, I'll get it recorded for you, will be the next off the shelf series. So we'll get that taken care of for you. So let's dive into this. One that is not going to be here in front of me because I can't get to the actual bottle and I wanted to have the bottle in my hand is from Cremo, and that's Blue Cedar and Cypress. If you haven't had a chance to get your nose on that one, it's a super well priced fragrance. It's like $22, $25 for a 100 ml bottle, and it's well worth it. It's not a super powerful performer, but it's a great fragrance, and if you get a chance to get a bottle, I'd probably pick it up right now. I have one bottle. It is one I will definitely pick up a second and maybe even a third bottle. Performance isn't that great, but for what the price is, $22 to $24 for 100 ml, you can reapply it over and over again, and it's going to get you compliments. It's a really nice fragrance, very easy to wear. So remember, that's from Cremo, Blue Cedar and Cypress. The first fragrance that I have in front of me that you can actually see is right here. Hopefully you can, I'm going to try to block behind it for you. That's Yves Saint Laurent, or Laurent, whichever way you want to say it. La Nuit de l'Homme. We all know this fragrance. People talk about it, people spin the cap over and over, whatever way you want to look at it. Mass appealing, very beautiful fragrance. This is the one that people started talking about cardamom. Enough said there. If you've been in the fragrance community at all, you know it's a very beautiful fragrance. I'm going to spray it on my hand because I actually really like this fragrance and I don't wear it enough. It's just a really beautiful fragrance. It's rich. It's a little bit sweet. Nothing crazy there. It's definitely fresh, but it has just something special about the DNA itself that if you haven't had a chance to wear La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent or YSL, that definitely gets your nose on that one. It's a very easy, to quote my friend that put the comment up there, dumb reach fragrance or smart reach. That's again, Yves Saint Laurent, La Nuit de l'Homme. The next one we're going to go with another YSL fragrance, but instead of like a brown fragrance like that one, which is super beautiful, super easy to reach for, is this guy right here. YSL EDP from Yves Saint Laurent. This fragrance is a beautiful fragrance. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite blue fragrances out of all the popular blue fragrances out there today. If you haven't got your nose on this one, go for it. It's super fresh, super easy to wear. Blue, somewhat aquatic. It's just mass appealing. I've had a ton of compliments with this fragrance. And honestly, this is like the third or fourth bottle I bought, and I hated it the first time I smelt it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This one will always be in my collection. If I ever hear it's getting discontinued, I will buy 3 to 5 more bottles of this to have it forever. It is always available to me. I have a decant with me wherever I go. So if I decide I want to wear this, it's right there for me to grab. That's YSL EDP by Yves Saint Laurent. The next fragrance is somewhat of a blue fragrance, not always considered in the blue category, but it's a very dumb reach. It doesn't have the best performance. EDP has great performance too. Didn't even want to go into that, but these are all just easy reach fragrances that if you haven't had a chance to get your nose on, this will help you get a few fragrances to choose from just to add them so you don't have to think about it. Very easy to wear, very easy to use. The next one is one that's somewhat considered in the blue fragrance category as well. It's this guy right here, the original Coach for Men. It's really hard to see these. Trying to get it in the focus for you. But when they're see-through, it doesn't shine through so well. The spray is stupid. If that word's not nice, actually. The spray is silly. It smells beautiful, very easy to wear. Mass appealing, great office fragrance. Go down, like you could even use it as a clubbing fragrance. It's not super powerful, and the performance is kind of lackluster at best. But the smell itself is great, and you can buy it for pretty low price on like FragranceNet and all those different secondary retailers. So that's this guy right here, Coach for Men. Super easy fragrance to wear, very mass appealing. It is a compliment getter. It just doesn't last for that long. So that's let's see what we got next here. Bleu de Chanel, another super easy to reach. Again, I don't want to waste all your time tonight. I want to make this as efficient as possible so you can just get through the list. This is the Eau de Parfum. Me personally, I wear the EDT more than I do the EDP, only because it's the bottle that's always been in the front of my collection. I have a travel atomizer with this with me at all times. I've definitely gotten such a nice fragrance. I've gotten a bunch of compliments with Bleu de Chanel. Doesn't matter which one of the three that I'm wearing, Parfum, Eau de Parfum, or EDT, Toilette. Any of them, I get compliments. It's not like people compliment me all day, but I wear them a lot, so this is a very good opportunity for people to give me those compliments. I always say this, and I've said it a few times in my videos, the fragrance you wear more often than not is going to be the fragrance you probably get the most amount of compliments with. It's just basic math. If you wear something 100 times, you might have 3 to 5 compliments. You could have 10 or 20 compliments. You might even have more. That's because you wore it like up to 100 times. If you wear a fragrance once or twice and someone compliments you, that's actually a better percentage and maybe even a more complimented fragrance. Who knows? Whatever works. It's not about the compliments. It's truly about you enjoying the fragrance that you're wearing and it getting the job done that you're aiming for it to do. So again, for me, all of the Bleu de Chanels are phenomenal. I like them all. I would definitely recommend trying them out if you haven't done so already. Easy reach fragrance. Next one on the list is one of my most worn fragrances. I love this fragrance. I have 3 bottles right now, maybe 2.5, give or take. One's a really big bottle. One's the one that's in my hand right now. And I have a decant with about 20 milliliters left in it. And it's Prot Alone. This fragrance right here, I love. I wear this all the time. I always have a decant available. I wear this to work more than anything else. And this is probably my most complimented fragrance ever. Now I might have to think about that a little further. It's between this one and Aventus. Let's face it, Aventus is a very popular fragrance. It would be on this list if I didn't want to give you something a little bit more cost effective on most levels. But Aventus is also, in my opinion, a very easy reach fragrance. So I'll add that as another bonus fragrance. But right now we're talking about Prot Alone. If you haven't had a chance to get your nose on this one, I definitely recommend it. People talk about a lipstick accord or something like that with the iris. I just smell very nice, very easy to wear office fragrance. I randomly put this to a friend's nose Saturday night, last night actually, and he had said that this smelled like a much easier to wear, less sophisticated, like not tuxedo style, original Dior Homme. So he really enjoys Dior Homme, which was kind of funny because he said this was in the same wheelhouse, and he is not a huge fragrance person, but that tells you how great this fragrance is. If you like the original Dior Homme or Dior Homme, then you'll probably really like this one as well. That's Prot Alone. The next easy reach fragrance is one that I find very easy to reach for, and the price tag just keeps going down, and there have been a lot of flankers. I think there's a new one coming out in 2020 as well, and it's this guy right here, Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDP. So hard to get the light to reflect properly on these clear bottles. This fragrance is super easy to wear. It was all over FragCon for a while. Everyone talked about it. They were just hyping it up big time, and to me it deserved the hype. Performance isn't that great. People whine about that portion or complain about it, but in reality, where the price point is today, you can get this thing for like $50 for a huge, or maybe even $60 for a 5-ounce bottle. So it's insane not to buy a big bottle if you really enjoy this one. If you want to get a smaller bottle, that's fine too. The price is still very fair for what you're getting for the product, and the smell is very, very mass appealing, and I've definitely gained compliments on this one. I haven't gotten a ton of compliments because I've worn it a good amount. You can see the bottle's pretty low, right? Pretty low. So for me, I've gotten a good amount of compliments on this, but I've worn it a ton of times. So for me personally, It's just a really easy to wear fragrance. It's nothing crazy. It's fresh, it's sweet. It's not really that boozy in my opinion, but it's just overall such an easy fragrance to grab that when I run out the door, it's just like, psh, psh, done, good, see you later. In reality, why not just tell you? I would spray this one over here, the back of my neck. I actually spray it down my shirt. I'm not gonna lie, it's just what I do. I spray inside my sleeve, on my skin, on both sides, and that's pretty much the gist of it. I do like the one inside my sleeve because what happens is it gets on my arm really well. It also gets on the clothing a little bit, and when I'm doing something, shaking a hand, it extends the fragrance out a little bit. When I'm scratching my own nose, I get a chance to smell the fragrance a little bit more. So again, that's what I do, and I love spraying something like Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP at that situation because it's just a really nice fragrance to me. So that's another real easy one, Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP. And the next one is a fragrance that I probably picked up right around the same time I got Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP. This fragrance I wear a lot. It was one that I was walking through Macy's one day, and there was just this awesome smell. And somebody had said to me, here, I got a fragrance for you to try. And I was like, well, I have a lot of fragrances. And they said, well, no, I bet you haven't tried this one yet. And I was like, you know what? The guy's really nice. I'll give him a shot. So I walked over, and I tried this guy right here, Lazaro, Wanted by Night. I'm not going to lie to you. This fragrance, to me, is fire. It's a really nice, sweet, I don't know if it's amber or whatever. I didn't want to look through any of the accords on this stuff and really know what they were inside. I just know that my personal experience with these fragrances are that I don't even have to think. I'll just grab one of these, spray them, and not even hesitate because I know it's going to perform the way that I would like it to do. And if it doesn't, I know I have a decant with me because that's just what I do. If I don't have a fragrance that's going to be lasting all day, all night, which personally, I live in New England. It's freezing cold out right now. Nothing really lasts that long, except you get into some of the amouage fragrances or some of the other really heavy, really thick fragrances. But this one here, Wanted by Night, it's awesome. I've definitely garnered a few compliments with this one. I have this bottle. I have 2 5-ounce bottles, so it's not going anywhere in my collection. When that person at Macy's pulled me aside, they gave me a little sample and they sprayed it first, and he said, do you have anything on right now? And that day, I think I did, but it was way earlier in the day and it was already gone. So he sprayed on my hand, and I smelled it, and I was like, wow, this is a really nice fragrance. I left there with a sample, and I tried it for a couple more days, and I just had to go back. So it was one of the first ones that I added in the past like 3 to 4 years that to me was very expensive to purchase and kind of started me down that line. I purchased it right around the same time as Prot Alone. So to me, great fragrances, overall amazing. I was very happy that gentleman introduced me to Lazaro Wanted by Night because for me, it's an amazing fall-winter fragrance. I don't really wear it in summer or spring. All of the other ones I went through, I would wear whenever. Doesn't really matter. I would literally wear those all year round. This one I don't really wear in the summer or the spring, but fall and winter, all the time. There's a 20 milliliter decant to this in my car, always available to me, and I wear it probably at least once or twice a week, if you consider day and night, 2 separate occasions. But definitely at least once a week, I'm wearing Lazaro Wanted by Night. The next one, mass hysteria when it comes to blue fragrances. A few of these have been blue fragrances because they're mass appealing, they're very easy to wear. This one here is none other than Dior Sauvage. Let's face it, this one here is a performance beast. This is the EDT version. People talk about it, they love it, they hate it. Either way, it's made a huge staple in Fragcom. And if you like Ambroxan, if you like that tingle to your nose from the effect of the Ambroxan, and you like blue fragrances, then this one's going to work for you. This is an EDT. It performs like a monster. Lasts a long time, projects very well, and it's definitely a compliment getter. I personally, if you can even see that, it's pretty full. I have not worn this a ton. I've worn this less than 5 times probably, but that's only because I have so many other fragrances that I go for first out of the blue category or out of like the Ambroxan field, which would be for me Aventus if I want that same tingle to my nose. But in reality, I probably should give this a little bit more love, and I will after filming this video. I'm going to make that, so that'll probably be my scent of the day tomorrow. Last but not least on this list, for the fragrances directly in front of me that I put aside for this, is this one right here. Givenchy Gentleman EDP. This one here is just a really nice, easy reach fragrance for me. It's rich, it's warm. It's more of a winter and or fall fragrance for me as well. All of the other ones, again, every other fragrance in here. Oh no, there's one more after this. See, I just teased myself. I got one more fragrance after this. But Givenchy Gentleman EDP is a really nice fragrance. I'd say it's in the same category to me as something like this, as our Wanted by Night, where fall, winter is definitely where it's going to be worn. It's a little bit sweet. I don't know if that's boozy. I'm going to spray my right arm, my right hand right now for this. For some reason, I can't get it in my mind because I sprayed all these other fragrances that I wear a little bit more than this one. But every time I wear this, I'm just like, why don't I wear this more? I believe the performance is a little bit, you know, could be a little bit more improved. But in reality, it's a really nice fragrance. Yeah, sweet, spicy, fresh. I mean, everything you can say about a fragrance, you can pretty much say about this one. It's an awesome fragrance. Yeah, sweet, spicy, fresh. This is probably the hardest to reach one out of the entire collection that I've gone over today. This might be the only one that has a little bit toughness to reach for it, I guess. But in reality, to me, it's not tough at all. It has a little bit of a boozy accord in there, or something to that nature. That might be the only part of Givenchy Gentleman EDP that could get in the way, but it's a really nice fragrance. If you haven't had a chance to get your nose on it, I definitely recommend going. The last one on the list is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, and is this one right here, Creed Green Irish Tweed. I personally really love this fragrance. It's just really something special about it. It's green, it's spicy, it's fresh. It's just got a lot of great notes to it. It's woody. I mean, just smells great. Can be used for casual, could be used for dressy, formal, could be used for work, could be for play, could be used for pretty much almost anything. This one here, I definitely recommend. If you haven't got a chance to get your nose on it, at least get a sample to try it out, because for me, it's one of the easiest reach fragrances out there. If you don't want to spend the money on Green Irish Tweed, there's always Armand Tres Nuit. There's a bunch of other ones as well, by the way. Armand Tres Nuit, Davidoff Cool Water, people say are similar. I see them in the same wheelhouse. They're not as good. I still see this as to be better. You have Cody, Aspen by Cody. Great fragrance as well. Performance is lackluster, but super low price fragrance and great smell. So if you want something very similar to this one, easy reach, any of those fragrances are good as well. And you can get those below 30 bucks pretty much anywhere. So definitely, if you haven't had a chance to try it out, Creed Green Irish Tweed will be my final dumb reach and or easy reach fragrance on this list. So that's a wrap. I hope you had a really good time as I try to rustle through these fragrances pretty quickly to get to the top 10 list. It is not literally the top 10 fragrances that are easy reaches. It's just 10 fragrances in my personal collection that I know are very easy to reach for. Some people use the term dumb reach. Some people use no-brainer. Whatever the phrases are that you want to use to determine a fragrance you can just grab, walk out the door, spray, and not even think about it again. For me, these are 10 of them from my collection. There are more. It was kind of hard just to pick 10, but these were the first 10 that popped in my mind as very simple, easy to grab fragrances. Now, if you have 10 easy to reach fragrances, throw those comments down below. Let me know what your favorite ones are. Do you have some of the ones in my collection that I picked to be some of your favorite 10? Is that what it is? Are these even in anywhere near the top 10 of your collection? Have you tried all of these? Have you tried any of them? Any type of comments and or communication down below, I'd greatly appreciate it. While you're down there, click the subscribe or like button. That'd be amazing. And remember, if you're making the world a better place, just one spray at a time, then to me, you're just making sense. Until next time.